Hello, my name is Wayne Keynes and I'm the president for BELCO. Presenting with me, I have Nadir Wade. Nadir is the managing director for our bulk generation part of our business, and we have Ms. Shelley Lehman. Shelley Lehman is the managing director for our TD&R part of our business. In April 2020, our North Power Station was commissioned. This is a plant that is responsible for just over 56 megawatts of power in our country. That's just about half of the power that we consume in our country. Most recently, we had an event where soot went in one of our neighborhoods. This is something that has caused great consternation in our community and something that we are most sorrowful for.
Over a period of months since April 2020, we've been having these ongoing issues. And in June 2020 was when we first got a real sense of the matter. Since then, we've taken a 2 to 3 phase approach in terms of addressing the problem. In phase 1, where we replaced our shims to improve combustion, that process took 8 months. Our second phase of improving combustion then relied on optimizing the engine to change piston crowns. That was a 12-month process. The installation of piston crowns. The installation of piston crowns and the installation of shims have helped us to improve the combustion of the engines and the combustion process, which is ultimately causing the soot problems in our neighborhood. While we're taking this 12-month to 8-month process to fix problems, we have to understand that there's also an operational need that requires us to provide Bermuda with reliable electricity. This requirement has us only able to take out perhaps an engine at a time in order to maintain our reliability, in order to provide the island with the power that it needs. This is a responsibility that we take on each and every day, and we understand that there is a balance. We continue to work to make these improvements, and there have been significant improvements. The occurrences of the excessive fallouts that were being experienced 2 years ago are not what we are experiencing today. What we are experiencing today are isolated events of fallout, not fallout due to our day-to-day operation. It's really important that our neighbors and our community understand that we're not going to rest until this problem is resolved. We have our teams working diligently, as they have been throughout the last 2 years, working very hard night and day to help us to resolve this problem. We will continue to do that with pursuing other options for solutions. For example, our next steps are to look at reprogramming the engines for startup to begin to address these isolated events. We are also looking at new integrated technology that we can put onto our plant that will help to mitigate and remove the last 20% of this problem that we have, that the neighbors are experiencing. So we're not going to rest on our laurels. We will continue to do what we need to do to have the MPS have as little to no impact on the neighbors as possible. And while we do that, we're going to continue to do that as we step towards our sustainable journey. We also had fume problems along St. John's Road, where we installed a filtration system to mitigate the fumes that the neighbors were experiencing. So over a period of 9 to 12 months, we've been going through a step-by-step process to address the issues of soot fallout as well as fumes that were propagating in the immediate neighborhood.
The journey that we're going on ultimately ends with us. We would love to be the provider for Bermuda for a wind farm. We also want to invest heavily in solar. And so this is a company that understands that, yes, we are in a residential neighborhood, but we have a responsibility to move towards sustainability.
Some of the stuff that we've been doing more recently, we've held town halls, we've been engaging with the Bermuda Clean Air Coalition. We've been taking walks in the neighborhood, engaging with our neighbors, having conversations with them to understand what are the challenges. Over the last 2 years, we have undertaken almost 400 roof paintings. We have cleaned cars. We've installed water filtration systems. We manage an ambient air quality monitoring program, and we have monitoring stations at various locations surrounding our plant. In conducting our ambient air quality monitoring, we adhere to the clean air regulations here on island. However, We are aware that there is a move to change to more stringent regulations around our sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, particulate matter standards. And those standards come from the UK, and we actually welcome those. We have continued to comply with all of the regulations that have been set forth, and that's part of us trying to move towards a sustainable future as well.
We have to accept responsibility for the exceedances. Twin Lane, Euclid Avenue, Ocean Lane, we understand the inconvenience that has been caused, and we want to say that we are sorry. It is not something that we've taken lightly. We will not walk away from our responsibilities. You are our stakeholders and you are our partners. For the last 116 years, we've brought an uninterrupted supply of power to the people of Bermuda. We understand that we must grow, that we must change, that we must adapt. We look forward to developing a system of sustainability that we can all be proud of. We are listening, we are changing, we are morphing. We believe that sustainability is in our future. We're on this journey together.